Hey guys, welcome.
Welcome to Inspire, Transform, and
Right, with Mercy.
and John.
Mercy here.
I'm Joanna.
Where you wanna be.
Oh, flourishing in God's blessing.
There's no time limit. Start whenever you want.
So, guys, as you can see, our background is different.
If you're a rich person, classy, elegant, and you want good things,
Exactly. Just come here to Perfect Linen at Belton Benin to get these exquisite outfits, both men and women, and you will love it. We're back with our series. So by now, and this time around, we're going to talk about toxic patterns. Now you guys already know what a pattern is, right? It's a repetitive thing that happens again and again and again and again.
but now it's
Now
toxic.
it's toxic, and guess what? You're continuing with it now. There are those toxic patterns
Yeah.
that we notice, right? And usually this happens because we look out for the physical more than the intellectual, right? So when it comes to toxic patterns, we're looking at patterns that, for example, you dated the first person and the person was controlling, the person was hard to understand, the person was not interactive, okay? And then you leave that relationship and still go to the next relationship. Now the issue with toxic patterns is it's because you don't do a review, you don't look back, you don't engage and find out, hey, okay, I've left this relationship, now what? You know, is there anything I did wrong, or is there anything my partner had to do right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, actually, Joanna, one thing that's very funny about women, okay, mainly women, because I know that when you buy a shoe or a pants and it doesn't fit you, you want to force it because you feel like no, there's still room for
It's cute. It's
even if it
cute.
yeah, it's cute, but you know it doesn't fit. But then again, you want to fit yourself in it. So that's why they say that women make they don't mind about the shoe size whether it fits or not. They usually just go for it. They be like, oh no, I'll make it fit.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons what that leads to this toxic relationship. You're like, for me, all I want is a man.
Who has money?
Who has money?
As long
Okay,
as he has money.
all I want is a man, and you don't really care about anything else that could affect your emotional or mental well-being. You don't really mind about anything else, and those are the physical things that we're talking about.
Yeah. So we looked at sometimes for easily, because everyone is susceptible, right? But people easily fall for toxic patterns every time they look at maybe the physical. Now, for example, we have met girls who don't mind as long as a guy goes to the gym, he smells good, and is cute.
They be like, I'd rather
It's a
cry.
it's we're locked.
I'd rather cry in a
Marriage.
Bentley.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Okay. So it doesn't even matter as long as
They'll
they
use
use
dollars to
dollars
wipe
to
their
wipe their
tears.
tears. Okay. Now we're looking at people who are looking for intentionality in a relationship. Okay.
Serious
Not just
relationship.
any Tom, Dick, and Harry that you find in the road. Right?
Casual, no,
We're
not
looking
just
at
casual relationships. We don't advocate for them.
we don't
Intentional relationships that's actually
lead to
marriage. Yeah,
Okay.
we're all for
Exactly.
But
Now that
you-
is why in our series, after getting to know yourself, now get to find out what are those things that have been falling for and are probably not good for you in a previous relationship.
And you know another thing I realize is that honestly, honestly, when a person loves you, there's a way you don't question even. Like when a person loves you right,
Yeah.
it's just automatic. It's like you buying a dress and you feel like it fits so right. There is no adjustment. There is no, nothing. So one thing I know is that there's no perfect, yeah.
Right.
But again, when it fits well, you feel it. You feel it. So when there's a problem again, you also feel it. When you feel like there's really a problem with this relationship, there's really a problem with this kind of, I'm not comfortable with something in this relationship, but again, you're staying. then you will know that that's something toxic. So we're going to know some of the common signs that you can tell from whether you are experiencing a toxic. You could be in a toxic relationship, and you could trace back and see that this is also actually a toxic pattern because your ex was also toxic. Even the other one was also, in one way or the other, they interlock. So,
Like you notice that there is particular behavior that your suspects
all
have.
the exes.
Yeah, all the exes have been having,
Mm.
and then you're like, wait a minute.
Do you want to continue with that kind of
Yeah,
thing?
you're like, wait a minute,
Mhm.
okay? And then you want to find out what is it that is wrong on my side that I need to change to stop falling for these patterns. And that's why we are.
Yeah. Okay, one way that you can know whether something is toxic that you're experiencing is when the person is over controlling. This person doesn't let you be. You try to do this, they tell you, there's a problem with that one. You're like, okay, let me try this. There's also a problem with that one. You'd be like, okay, let me try to work. No, you're not effective enough. Like they want to be in every segment of your life. When you're with the children, they'll be like, they want to be like, they want to just live with you, your life. That's how I can term it really
Control
well.
what you say,
Uh-huh.
what you do,
What-
what you wear,
Your phone, what you use, what you do with your phone, the messages that you receive, the literally everything, like bakuliko. So some girls, the funny thing is, I've met some girls that interpret that as love. They'll be like, Munage, he has to know where I am. He has to know, like, for him, he cares too much. Like, they interpret it the other way. They turn the red flag curtain the other way around, inside out, so that they can see from the other side where the red is not so dark.
And
Yeah.
those of you who are assuming that I don't see a problem with that.
Mm.
Now let's give you the scenario. You wake up in the morning, you tell your boyfriend, I'm going to go to town, I'm going to see some friends, and that's it. Okay, she's in town, she's going to see, and normal boyfriend will literally be like,
Leave you to
she's
be.
in town, going to see friends. Finished. Now, a controlling boyfriend, let's show you.
Yeah.
You have to call him in the morning. Good morning, how are you? How is your day? I'm going to see my friends. He's going to ask which friends. Good. Okay. What time? This time. We're going to eat, we're going to drink, we're going to buy some clothes. What time are you going back home? I'm going back at around maybe 2. Okay. So around 11 he's going to call. Are you with the friends? Mwatuse?
Bampe njogereko nabo.
Bampejogereko nabo.
Oyinza okuba olimba. Omanyi mwesibeesiga.
Ku lunch time walidde bulungi mulidde ki? Okay. Now the time you're supposed to go back, please make sure you're back because it's going to be on your neck. Okay. Now if you're considering that love, darling, it's not.
I don't think it is.
It's not
it is
because
really.
usually the idea of your caller, right? We all have things to do. We all have patterns. Okay, we have things that we do in a day. Now mutage nakubirako nga mwana mtoa primary, like mwana ngalide. Or you drop the kid at school, and that's it. I'll see you in the evening. Okay, so
You wait for when the person is back, and then you ask them how was the day. If there are any highlights, they'll let you know. But not everything in detail.
Not everything. That it's really frustrating and it's exhausting. So
Actually, you reminded me of a lady. She was telling us a story about her husband. She was like, at home, for them they're married. She was like, at home, we'll be seated together, and we are all on phone. Like no one is minding each other. But the moment you say, "Oh, my friends have invited me for a party," even before you reach the venue, he has already called you. Are you coming back? Hey, okay, so you're on the way back. You were even in the venue. So she said, no, we just reached. We just started eating food. So he immediately you go off the phone after like 10 minutes. He's like, I hope now you're on the way back. So she was wondering, when I'm there, you don't do anything. We don't do anything. We don't talk. We're not. Everyone is on their phones. You're really busy. You sound like it's like as if my presence doesn't matter. But the moment I leave, you want to be. It's like he just wants you to be around.
And by the, this normally happens to someone who has also had their own childhood traumas. So they think controlling the other party is what makes them feel good, is what makes them feel like, he's not cheating, she's not cheating.
They even taming you like a child.
Mhm.
Like abalooza amukuumirako amaaso tasobola kubanga alinda tasobola.
Yeah, it's their eyes lying to them. Anyways, so another pattern we see is sometimes girls, like there's a statement you made that girls easily fall for words, and men easily fall for appearance.
What they see.
Yes, what they see. Now,
Women
the
fall
thing
for
with
what they
this,
hear.
it's going to bring you into more toxic patterns. Why? Because you're going with what you're hearing as a woman. You're going with, I will take you out.
Promises.
I
I will.
will.
If I get money, I will give you the most expensive building
I will marry
in
you.
town.
I will. I will.
Promises.
Now count the man's I wills and I have.
No, and actual.
An action, okay?
Mhm.
Because the thing is, you can realize that you can be in a relationship and all you have lived on is
Promises.
That's true. Promise after promise.
That's true.
Promise after promise. You literally tell this person, I like this thing, even when it's not even about money or something. Because he's so used, like me, I promised that girl, I never really fall.
We shall get it.
We should.
Never count it sorted. But he'll never tell it.
He'll never do it.
You in your heart to convince yourself, be like, maybe he forgot.
No, maybe he has other things to do. But usually it's not even about the money. Okay?
Watch out.
But you
for
literally
empty
just keep on.
promises.
Yeah, but you're in a relationship where you're with a guy, he keeps on promising you east, west, you leave that one, you go to the next one. Just because you love the words in your ear.
Like, for example, there's a girl that I watched, she was saying that her person used to promise her she's going to pay rent, but in one way or the other, she promised, the guy told the girl to pay, he'll refund.
And they do this.
The girl found out that she has been paying rent all the time, all the 2 years they've been together. There's a way she didn't realize it until she went out of the relationship. So that's also a promise. Like, he has promised you the first month that he's going to refund the money. Has he refunded? You wait and also still pay the next month. He said, no, things are not going well. We shall work, I'll refund. And you don't know, I'll even put profit. That's still a promise. So you're like, yeah, all good. Until 2 years
down the
so
road.
it ended when she realized that it was all through empty promises. There is no time. And that's why we say that women fall for what we hear, really.
And guess what? She might not even do a review, like we said. Toxic patterns is because people don't do reviews of their previous relationships, okay? And still, she's going to do the same with another guy. Probably not rent this time around, but something bigger even.
Because she's kind, she'll still give wholeheartedly.
So look out for, like we say, toxic patterns can be on your side or on his side. So look out, okay? Look out.
Well, another way that you can know probably that you're a little bit trapped or in a toxic relationship, or a signal, can be when you really find there's a really big problem in this relationship. In whatever angle that it's disturbing you, it's really giving you dissatisfaction, but in one way or the other, you can't get out. You feel like you're stuck. You feel like, I really don't know how to get out, but you're not happy there. That's a little bit of something like a mental trap. Like the guy has trapped you there. He has there's something I posted recently that I was talking about, that there are people who they need you in their lives, but they don't love you. Yeah, that means they'll do all it takes to keep you around. Like, for example, if you're a woman who doesn't know what you want, he'll be like, oh, she loves chocolates. Chocolates are not a hard thing for me to do. I'll be giving her chocolates such that she can stay around. So for her, she'll always ignore these kind of other things that are affecting her. And she'll be like, after all, he buys for me chocolates. And chocolates are my favorites.
When you say that, I feel like that is the biggest point we have made today. Someone can literally not be loving you, but needing you. There is something about you. For example, you can say maybe or maybe or you're very obedient, maybe whatever it is, that they don't actually love you, but they feel like Man, this woman is
Let her
my
go.
life is a way. Things move faster, things are easier, you know, and they keep you around. But every time you want to leave, he does something.
Yes.
Every time you want to leave, and I think I can stay. That one thing makes you stay for another month.
And that kind of the character of that kind of person is the one that feeds on your insecurities. He knows that you're insecure in a certain way, and he'll come in as your savior in that part where you feel like, well, I'm not so good with my friends, you know. So he'll come and fix himself to be a good friend to you. Like he'll fill in those small gaps where you always feel like you're not enough, you're not confident.
Very expensive. Keep that in mind. I need this person. I need to find ways. You know, even if it's a girl, even girls do these things. You know, we've met girls who literally alembera ku muntu because amanyi kyamufuna.
Yeah.
Naye nga talina kyamuyita. So when she's with us, she's like, please, you know.
The moment you feel, and guess what? On that day when you feel like, you know what, today let me pack my things and I leave. That's the day he does that's the day he buys for you those favorite chocolate. This time around you'll get them from out of the country. He'll order them and you'll be like, wow, that's a sign.
Yeah, this man loves me. Just maybe
just a night
you see,
you know.
So you keep on falling for those patterns. Now this is actually bigger, you know. It's within the relationship where you're noticing them, but you're like,
there's something I read some time back and it made me really it made a lot of sense to me. That we don't get heartbroken, we learn to break our own hearts. Okay, you have seen there's something wrong, but you keep on hoping that things are going to get better. So you keep on hoping for the best. You keep on hoping, you know.
It's so
that
good.
Hope, yes. You're not there based on the actual. That's what we're saying. But you're there based on the hope that, oh, he'll change. Oh, he'll later love me. Oh, you know, whatever. This what? Jokes on you. Nothing's going to change. So, who has broken each other's heart? When he tells you that I am a thief, and you're like, oh, you don't look like a thief. You just is like that. Yeah. The next time you find him stealing your own money, your own money, or in neighbors or whatever they caught him or wherever. Who has broken whose heart? He told you in the beginning, you didn't believe because you wanted not to believe. So now the reality has come. You broke your own heart. So that's exactly what we were saying.
Yeah. So be bigger than this toxic patterns.
And also knowing who you are.
Yeah, and knowing who you are. But most of our things, it's as if we end up thinking the best solution is who
you are. Because honestly, if you know who you are, you can realize these things right away. Right away, you'll be like, right. You'll not ignore. You know, it's not that we're telling you to look out for perfect people. No, but if it's a deal breaker for you, my friend, don't go for it.
When you see yourself, you don't see yourself with a mofele person. You don't see yourself with someone who is, a tankana nebigambo. Instead of, they don't speak the truth, like the truth, it's as if they're allergic to the truth. Run. Another point, losing yourself in a relationship, right? You know those relationships where you feel like you were something else before you got into the relationship, and you became something worse when you got into the relationship. Okay, for example, you were happier, you were outgoing, you were this jolly person, love being around people, and now you're in a relationship. No one can we see you. You know, but I thought you were going to come. You used to go to church, probably. You used to go out with your friend on Friday. You know where to be found. Every time you're with the person, it's as if you became them, they became you. Okay, okay. Where if we want to find Gerard, we need to look for.
We're not attaching it entirely to Kubanti Nombu. You are so close with your person. No, it's just that going up with
it's as if you got lost in the equation. Okay. Now all you talk about is a relationship. Someone used to tell us about, I'm here for a promotion, I want to pass buy the piece of land, I want to start the other business. Nowadays, You see,
Wow.
he said he's going to call me. He's not calling. Even as who are your friends, you start seeing
That there's a
right?
problem.
That there is an issue somewhere. So look out for such patterns where you feel like the person is not growing you. You're not growing in one way or the other in that relationship. That is a bad pattern. Okay, and it's toxic because at the end of the day, most times, by the way, if you lose yourself, it takes a while to to revive yourself and get back on track.
Yeah. There's another, way that someone was telling us about, and I realized it's common and it could also be under toxic pattern. It could also be a toxic category where I don't know, somehow things move so fast. Like before you know it, 1 week down the road, you guys are engaged. 1 month down the road, you're getting married.
You know your father.
3 months down the road, you guys have 2 children. You guys, like, I've been through Tumblr so fast, and when they ask you about it, you're like, my friend, I also don't know how we ended up here. And that happens a lot for people who don't know what they want. Come I'm trying a direction. I don't think they can easily take you off that direction. You know yourself, you know what you're chasing, you know what you want. So in the process of relating is supposed to be a serious relationship. I mean, like we said, we're talking about serious relationship, meaning fast infused. Your mind
control. Just to be your
and with time you find a way of fixing the other one's schedule into your schedule, like mpola negwe in one way you don't have, like, you're now going the direction of the other person.
And we have seen what happens in such
Definitely
scenarios.
Like before you know it, you have 4 children, and your man himself will ask you, but how do we get these 4 children? You remember the other guy who was questioning? He was like, so that's also another way. If things move so fast, first pause. I've experienced that myself. I have paused a lot of times when I feel like things are not.
They're going too fast.
Yeah, like this speed. To speed. If I try to brake or if I try to make a corner, it's going to be hard. Meaning you're not in control so well. So you need to slow down, first rediscover, first re-evaluate, and be like, but after all, if it's yours, it's yours. No, if it's yours, it will happen. Yes. So something else that I want to put across before we also conclude about these toxic patterns. There are very many actually toxic patterns, but there's also this one of where your partner mocks you. Your partner mocks you maybe because of your skin color, your body type. He finds your insecurities and he makes use of them. Like maybe you're like, video, you talk about it, you know yourself, but then he uses that to always put you down. Like
they're supposed to be encouraging you.
Yes, like instead of him doing, in fact, when you don't talk about it, you lose nothing. You know very well that your partner is short. What you remind them that they are short, yet you know that there's nothing they can do about it, because if they had something to do about it, they would have already made themselves. If your partner has poor quality, whatever, over skin type, over body, whatever. Those kind of mockings. Those reality things. Those to be the kind of enemy, but not your partner.
Yeah, use the encouragement. Like, you have this, you have beautiful eyes, babe.
No, even if you don't say anything, don't lie. Also. Even if it's okay not to say anything, ignore them. Look at the good.
I have to
Look
say
at the good. That's a lie. If I know that I have a small nose, a big nose, why are you lying to me? Oh, sexy.
You're not.
Kind of.
Okay, if I find somebody with a bigger nose, I can't compare. Can I use this smaller in this instance?
No. You rather not. You rather can laugh alone.
Destroying yourself.
But anyway, the good thing is here. Find the good in your partner. Whatever, their character, their confidence, a lot of things that can really portray someone. asikanyiddwe kuba munaye ogyogerako. So omumalako endembe, is that even supposed to be your partner for life? So yeah, that's
So look out. Every time
typical.
someone mocks you back, it really hurts. So if your partner makes you feel like that all the time, like you even fear, or going now, go, you fear putting on some
lingerie.
Yeah.
That's who you are, you guys. There's things that you can change about your body. There are things that you may not change. You can change your tummy, you can have your butt, whatever. But if your structure is whatever it is, that is it.
Be okay with it.
Accept. That is knowing who you are. Knowing who you are, getting a mirror. Yeah. I am figure two. I am figure two. Again. So ultimately, the whole idea about these toxic patterns is we're not supposed to fall. We're not supposed to go into other relationships before we evaluate what has made you leave the other side. After you leaving your first relationship, evaluate and find out what was the problem. What did he do to me that I didn't like? What did I do to him that he didn't like? That he may probably didn't like, or maybe that caused him to act whatever he acted. And if you're comfortable, revisit and edit. If you be like, I don't know, you change your phone,
You know, so if you're friends,
Mm-hmm.
usually as girls, you be knowing. Guys, you make like last week, right? You know his father. Like how? You know his workplace. You know, like things are moving so fast. I think your girlfriends, as genuine as you come, they can tell you. Okay, so ask your friends, ask people around you that you care about, and yeah, you can get out.
Yeah, that's still part of knowing yourself. Don't go into an area. I always tell people, don't rush. Don't rush right now. You don't know unhappiness. So it don't make sense. At the end of the day, ogina kutomera. Okutomera omuti ogw'eddaladala oli kasipini. Ndi mbwangu emotoka bagitomedde. Tosoose kutunula kulaba oba bagiggyeeko omupiira. Osigadde weeyongeza ku speed. Kumbe omupiira gwe gulina okukutuuza. Calm down, fix the mupiira, and move again. Now that's what we mean by be sober. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.